I'm Ian.
And I'm Taylor. We're co-owners at Experience Research Lab, and we're sitting in front of one of our murals of two buildings that we just designed for LinkedIn's main campus.
LinkedIn approached us to help their team redesign these two buildings to not only speak to LinkedIn's brand as a whole, but to the employees that work here on a day-to-day basis. One of the most important features that we wanted to bring to the space is a human side of a brand and what a workplace can be and should be moving into the future. We chose to do that in a couple different ways. One, through material selection and color selection, so bringing a warmth and a natural vibe to the space, and two, through a curated mural-based art program. So we have hand touch, we have brush strokes, we have local artists all having an effect and an impact in the space.
So these are rather large buildings, 4 floors. As you enter the space up to the 4th floor, there's so many moments where you might get lost. And what we really wanted to do was start to delineate where you're at based on a color. So each floor has a color profile, essentially primary colors and secondary colors that work your way through the space. They help you know where you're at, which floor you're on, and sort of how you might find yourself in a conference room, or whether it's in a communal area or a kitchen. And so all that sort of helps dictate just through the graphics a wayfinding scheme.
On the initial walkthroughs of the buildings, I think both Taylor and I were struck by the darkness and some of the kind of generic graphics and textures that were in each building, and so it became a real goal of ours to inject life, inject locality, inject nature into the spaces, and through that I think we can bring new life to these two buildings.
Each collaboration is always a unique experience, and for us, LinkedIn has been such an amazing collaborator in so many forms, because not only do they care about their employees and have such a good pulse on how they interact with the space, but they also really have a great design sense. As we started to approach the space, we knew the center core of each of the buildings needed life, needed to be lightened up. We wanted to have these artist murals that kind of worked together and sort of wove their way up through the central core. And as the project progressed, they knew a bunch of local artists that they were very excited and had worked with in different aspects before. So I think for us, that was a really fun experience to kind of get to maybe set the strategy, but then they were able to take it and run with it. We're ERL. We're an artist-led studio that creates unique spaces that bring together art, culture, and design to tell your story.